how do you measure bud moisture? Is it the probe? Like a probe you just stick in like I do to my grass?
There's
Moisture
one for
meter.
like wood moisture
So Triminator.
meters, like they use for wood, lumber.
Triminator has one right here.
There
So
we go.
it's a moisture meter. This is what me and Trey used.
So now there's
Years ago.
our industry.
And I just want to say, years ago, before people were even trimming, like automatic trim machine, like this was like revolutionary. This cat had, like, it was. I don't know if you remember the Triminator. You probably used it. Link's like, dude, I use it every day. But so this thing here, it's a probe essentially,
A probe.
that sticks into the flour and it measures the percentage.
Okay. Of course it is.
Yeah,
Okay,
show.
of course it's a probe. I was just curious. Okay, so so shelf stable.
So yeah, it
is
goes
under
9 to 10%.
Shelf stable is under 10%.
No, 0.6 water
Or
activity.
sorry. Water activity is
I
under
think it's
0.6.
0.6 is shelf stable.
Okay.
Speaking above my head a
Okay,
little
of course
bit
we
here,
are.
but somebody can fill us in on the comment
Okay,
section.
no, I get it. I get it. Okay.
So in
But-
their
but the
readings,
point-
and this is the Triminator, so they just go up to a 10%. And so when you're hitting 9% is good. Anything below that's going to be more fragile and tougher to trim. Like it can diminish. 10% or higher, you can have smeared or sticky stuff. So like that's where what it boils down to is this is very bro science. But when you have ways to get in the ballpark,
No, I disagree 100%. I have to stop
All
you. At this point, if you're using a probe and it's giving you, we're talking numbers and we're getting an
we talking
equation and a variable.
Terrence
Bro science
Howard
is out the
numbers.
window. Bro science is out the window. We
But I'm
have
saying
variables.
Not for this. I'm
Oh,
saying for the
sorry.
percentage that we
Sorry.
think is the best to use for the terpene. You know what I'm saying? Because my thought process is how to avoid the hay smell stick it this. If you can get it this percentage of moisture, then you're good. This is where if you're following Triminator's side of things, it's just about how it trims. The terpenes, this is something that still needs to be tested. It's a theory is all we have right now. But in theory, keeping it around, from what they're saying, in the 10% realm will make it so your plant remains a little bit moist, so you're going into the curing process, but you're not fully finished, so you can trim now. Anything below that, you're pretty much cured and dried. Your plant's smokable at that point. Now, when you're looking at shelf stabilization, that's going to be in the legal market, and that's the tough part is they're a lot of times regulated by the same bodies that'll regulate local tobacco stuff. Even though they're following what the FDA or the
Dry, dead, horrible,
dry,
no existence. I'm already frustrated.
Yeah.
Wait, if you're telling me that if shelf stable is anything under 0.6 or like a 0.6 being the point. Okay. So I guess at a certain point, I guess
0.6.
it's not going to be 0.6 because that's going to be the relative humidity, which isn't going to be the. Hold on, I'm getting. No, we can't. No, we can't because I have to get to this because this is explaining a lot to me because I'm just trying to think. You pulled some herb out of my bag that's been sitting in my bag for at least 3 months. It's a 1 pound bag. I had a pound in it fucking months ago, but I've been pulling out of it ever since. That
He
stuff is
saved
still
enough for us to smoke. What a
did.
great guy.
Oh gosh.
What a man. What a man.
It's still as I shouldn't say still as it's almost as lifelike today as it was then.
Yeah.
So it's not it clearly when it was growing in the tent. I'm just trying to understand the same terms because nobody's ever explained it to me like this because I don't ask. So when I hear it's going to be 0.6 because it's 60% in my tent, well then when it's done curing and so far it's clearly not going to be at 0.6 anymore. It's probably going to be a little bit lower, but it certainly should not be anywhere near 0.6 or 0.4. Like you're telling me, you're like, if I'm understanding this right,
What's weird is it sounds that way, but then when you do, like
or
when me and Trey were doing it,
right?
when me and Trey were testing the
Because
stuff with the Terminator,
0.6 and 0.4 is the wrong. 0.6 and 0.4 is.
but this is a different measurement.
Two different measurements. There's
That's
water
the thing.
activity as a measurement. He's doing moisture percent.
That's
water
the thing.
activity. Oh,
So two different.
RH isn't even in the equation.
But see, here's the thing: is
Oh.
all of these things you can utilize to give you a ballpark idea of the water that's still in your flower.
Yeah.
My
That's
all I'm
the
trying to
biggest
say
thing is
it just seems like dispo just way too dry.
Well, and that's because of the
what you're getting at the whole
regulations.
time. There we go.
That's where I'm at.
Yeah,
So not
yeah.
only do I
Do you think that contributes to the hay smell too? Are
Of
we
course
bringing this
it does.
all back to the?
Of course it does.
But this is
of course it
where
does. You can almost guarantee. Sorry, so I'm figuring this out as I
get back to
go.
my fucking
It's
scooter.
starting to make sense to me, and then now I'm getting frustrated that just the norm is to have it smelling like the same hay smelling dispo garbage coming out of a plastic bag that I get time and time and time and time again. And new tokers today are literally going to be opening these bags thinking this is what herb smells like today. This pathetic excuse for cardboard.
This FTS clip was brought to you by AC Infinity, leaders in garden innovation. Use discount code TheStash15 at checkout to save some money on your order.
From the Stash Podcast.